Good morning, everyone. We're live. Thank you for being at the Bids and Infrastructure Meeting, 6/18/2026. Please review the minutes as I'm taking the roll. Dennis Burrows.
Here.
Maureen Debeguer.
Here.
Richard Handelsman.
He's here.
Here.
Don Hazen.
Here.
Filling up his bag. Duke Horton.
Here.
Olga Wolkenstein.
Here.
Fausto Fabro. Mary Jane. Stewart.
Here.
Bruce. Jerry Sutowski. John Timmerman.
Yeah,
Dave Boas is here. Tony Burrows. Donald Foster. I'll take a motion to accept the minutes.
you got a motion?
I'll second.
Any additions or corrections? None being brought forward, accepted as presented. We don't have a whole lot on the schedule for the day, but we still follow the same rules. One question at a time. Follow-up questions are not permitted. That's the second question as far as I'm concerned. No one else asks for a question, you're allowed to have another bite at it. And at this time, and also, I don't believe in meetings after the meeting. So when this meeting concludes, please leave the building. All we do is get ourselves in trouble because we hear different things. If you can't bring it up at the meeting, there's no reason to bring it up after the meeting. All right, this time I'm going to turn it over to Donald for old business for updates.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, some quick updates. Plymouth Laundry, we hit a bit of a snag last week. The building passed electrical, plumbing, failed fire safety. The reason for the fail was they wanted concrete footpads to be poured on all the exterior swing doors. So that was done the following day, and we're now waiting for the inspector to come do his inspection. Other than that, the interior is just about finished. The floor looks beautiful, and I'd expect we're well inside of a month of being opening up again. I'm waiting on a final version of a proposal from a company who would take care of the machines for us. But I don't think that what he's sent so far is not ready for you guys. It's kind of vague. So I'll have to get with him and sharpen it up a bit. North Canal.
Let's see if there's any questions on it. Any questions on the Plymouth Laundry?
I just have a question about the vendor for the machines. They're gonna be inspecting the machines prior to us opening it up again?
They will be, if this vendor is contracted with, they will be removing those machines, crediting us for us, and then putting in brand new machines, which they will own,
Gotcha.
right?
Any other questions on the Plymouth Laundry? All right, let's move forward to the North Canal, Donald.
Right, North Canal, as you know, the proposal has been approved by the delegate assembly. The draft contract should be with us either today or tomorrow. That'll be bounced directly to Yuko's attorney for review, and we'll take it from there. That's all I got on North Canal.
Any questions on the North Canal for Donald? Wonderful. Let's move to the South Canal.
South Canal, our engineer project manager Kyle Simmons will be making his final inspection tomorrow. There were a number of punch list items that still need to be worked out. And once he tells us that they're all done, then he gives us clearance to pay the remainderage and close out that project. It's mostly some sod in some spots and some cleanup items. Couple of broken parking stops, a pile of dirt over by your house, Jerry.
Yeah.
Really just housekeeping things.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of that project, and well done.
Any questions on the South Canal? All right, Donald, let's go to the fencing.
All right, fencing along the south side of South Canal is in progress. The current vendor is Budget Fence and Gate Systems. My original idea of saving as much as that of that old fencing as possible didn't work out. Once we got all the vegetation off it, many of the posts were rotted at the bases. So a decision was made, we're gonna have all new fence across the entire length. So right now they're working on section 2. Section 1's already completed. And then the final section will be the Andover section. So that's in progress. There's also been authorization for 2 new guardrails. One in the Andover section, the other in the Windsor section. And I don't have a date yet, but that's in the works. So that's all I got.
Any questions for Donald on the fencing up?
I have a question that's half
Hey, Olga.
related.
Hmm.
I'm just curious about something. Do you know if the responsibility for those canals were originally the responsibility of WPRF, or did we take that responsibility at a later time?
We took it at a later time.
We took-
Originally, all of the canals were owned by Mr. Levy, who sold his interest in that to Benison Capital.
Right.
If you go on the property appraiser's website and click on different waterways, you'll see that most of them are still owned by Benison Capital. But in the middle 90s, when a number of properties were quick claimed over to UCO, the canals were one of them. It was done incompletely, obviously, because we had to go back and get ownership of some of the parcels. But so yes, it's at one time it wasn't UCO's. It is now.
Okay,
I mean, frankly, I'm glad that we're in charge of it because those canals and the weirs and the inflow, that's what's keeping our feet dry in this place. I'm kind of glad that we live here and we're in charge of them now.
if they were in charge, it would still be our money,
Will still be our money, but
and they would make the decisions.
I'm as far from a control freak as you can imagine, but those critical piece of infrastructure, I'm very happy that we own them. And there are still some loose ends, some parcels here and there that we're going to one by one get control of, owned by ghost phantoms. Right now, we're working on a piece just above North Canal, and that's a old roadway easement.
What I'm trying to understand is, was there at any time when they had to pay for all of this?
Well, before we owned it,
Yes,
I would say yes. That'd be my guess.
so we took over, basically, we took over a responsibility, and
And since our money was going to it anyway, that
in
seems,
other words, are you saying that even if they were responsible, it would have been our money paying for it anyway?
Correct.
yeah,
That's what you're saying?
each, every and all.
Okay, I just want to be sure of that.
And you're an old hand there with
Yeah.
the management agreement.
On responsibilities that we have to pay for, that they should be paying for.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to clear up.
My thing is, something as critical as the 2 weirs and the spot where the reclaimed water hits.
Yeah,
This is, since we're paying for whatever needs to be done, we should own it too. But that's the unit owner talking, not the manager.
okay.
That's how I feel.
One thing that was done in the agreement with the people that bought the golf course is that their attorney and they actually had the work done. All we had to do was bid on it, but they got all the preliminary work was done at their expense.
Yeah.
So all we had to do was pay $1
Yes.
or so or something.
They needed it to get done to make their project move forward. So
Okay,
that's the impetus.
Thank you, Donald. Anything else on the fencing?
Yeah, I had a question.
Go ahead.
Probably doesn't do with us. What's that second fence? Are we, that little lot between
I
our
think
fence
it's,
and their
I think you're
fence?
talking about Century Boulevard.
Yeah.
And
Okay, we're
along
not
Haverhill
on
Road.
that.
It's that, yeah.
Fencing here,
Yeah, it's
at
not
the
the same.
canals.
No, I'm talking about the fence.
Short answer is I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask the same question. in between.
So once again, we're not on that,
About
it's
it.
not that parcel we're talking about.
Gotta wait till the next thing.
Any new business, Donald?
No, I got nothing.
Anybody else have any new business they need to bring up?
That would be that, right, the fence there. The double
Okay.
fence.
We have
What
our
about-
answer on that.
What about our
I think
clicker?
that It looks nice.
What are we gonna do? We talked about them.
That's that's not this agenda. Bring that to the officers meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go back to her question about the fence. For that double fence, what's gonna be in between the fences? Who's gonna be responsible for
Not
that?
us,
Huh?
not us.
Yeah, that, our fence was placed
The line.
very close to the property
I
line.
was thinking it was like inches in.
I mean, two fences better than one, as far as I'm concerned. That's two they gotta hop. So, I don't know.
Nice shrubbery with trees or something would be nice in between those things, you know, that the other side could put them in.
I'll introduce you to the,
Yes,
to the construction manager. It's Bill Yop.
Mr. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go, since everybody didn't want to listen and they wanted to blend into open discussion. Now we're going to open discussion on topics pertaining to this committee. And that's Mr. Handelsman first.
The Haverhill exit, the brick work on the gate. The construction covered them with grit and dust.
Yes.
Might take a look at them. They might need to be power cleaned.
Already done. I'm not
Okay.
gonna spend $1 until I get a clearer idea of what their plans for the part of that wall that they own.
Right,
Once that project is near completion, and I got a solid feeling that that wall's going to remain. I don't think it would be a big deal to have that brick painted
okay.
and weatherized. This way it'd be easier to clean. How many times have we cleaned that? And then it just, what's happening is it's weeping.
Don?
We talked about it a while ago. I don't know where we stand on the striping throughout the village.
I'll bring you, at some point, I will bring you a striping proposal, but
And all the paving is done throughout the community? Or we still?
paving is never done.
I know, but
This Monday is the next week will be the next batch of paving, the last batch that you approved. Once that's done and they've completed all their work, then I immediately start the next punch list.
just a little bit of a follow-up on all of that is, we just.
Anybody else with a question?
Sorry, David.
You have your second question.
We just finished 4 major projects, I think, and I think it all went well. Good job to everybody that was involved with it, especially Donald and David. Is any other projects that we foresee,
Yes,
and what would they be?
the striping project definitely coming up. I have a project on my desk waiting for engineering, and that's for some new streetlights to be put in. After that, I would say there are some flooding issues that need to be addressed at different places. Specifically, Century Boulevard. You'll see this, if not in the training, you're gonna see where there's an issue there. We already have engineering done on that. But we put it aside because we're working on these 2 majors. The other one I'd like to get to is the digging out of the swales, the drainage swales along the main roads. If you notice after it rains, almost every point where you come from your neighborhood into the main road, the water pools up. Water's not supposed to pool up. It's supposed to go into a dish-shaped drainage swale, but they're not dish-shaped anymore, right? They're the opposite of that. They're bumps. So we did this on a very small section a number of years ago. It's basically a bobcat digging out a ditch so that the swale should look like this.
Mhm.
And that's, so yeah, we have, there'll always be more on the list, But I just think right now with the 3 we got on our plate, let's let's get at least one of them off the plate before we pick up another one,
Gotcha.
right?
Any other questions?
Do have one more with the paving. I do ride the bicycle at night time, which I brought up at other meetings.
Good deal.
Some of them, not that easy, but some of the walkways, along around the outskirts of the village,
Yeah.
like bump, 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 there's bumps and.
Well, they're never gonna be sliding ponds, John. Because of the roots, there's always gonna be bumps. What I do on a fairly regular basis, every 4 to 6 weeks, is I roll those, and I look for the ones that are trip hazards. What makes it a trip hazard? If I get out of the golf cart and I walk like this, and my toe picks it up, that goes on the list. Think of it that way. I pretend I'm somebody who walks, I'm becoming someone who walks like this.
You have no problem me submitting pictures.
No, that's your job.
You encourage.
You're on this committee. You all should be.
Right, I will.
But think of it that way.
Mhm.
If it's just a bump, that's it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna stage it.
Joins,
But just make believe you're 90 and you walk like this.
Mhm.
And if your toe kicks it up,
Safety issue.
that should go on the list.
Okay.
Richard?
Donald, if you could check the stretch of sidewalk at front of the laundromat between where the North Drive comes into the circular drive
Mhm.
and the Plymouth Lane, that short stretch.
It's bumpy.
Yeah.
And that's root damage.
I know, I just.
If you can't send a picture, the next best thing is to send an email.
Yeah.
So that hasn't gotten forgotten.
Forgotten, okay.
And look, the county didn't do us any favors in the 90s where they forced the community to plant trees along those walkways.
Right.
Those were never there. It's 95, 96 is when and that's why we get the bumps.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, so it'll never end.
Okay. Anything else? Motion for adjourn?
I so move.
I'll second.
There we go.
Thank you, everyone.
The meeting here
Yep.
at,
3:00.
I have one and Donald has one at 3, so
Have fun.
please vacate so we can get set up for the next.
Thank you.
Thank you all three.
No, I gotta go. You get that email, Ted?
You're going to.
Just come in.
The one on the 22nd.
Hang on.
What?
Thank you for bringing it back.
We do have a new attorney now, which and he just.
Well, not going, no. Take time. I know. But I told you. Should happen.
Then remember, she was a mayor. And she was.
People come in and say, oh,
Downtown. Yeah, I was turned on. She was mayor. Oh, wow. I was responsible for that person.
Actually, no, this was.
I know, and they had Mayor Davis who decided putting plumbing systems in, well, everything else was going on. Yeah. Lois can tell you that.